You know that quiet moment when you're just sitting there, you pick up your phone, you scroll through your contacts, and you realize there's no one you actually feel like calling. Not because there's nobody there, but because it feels like nobody would quite get it right now.
And here's the thing, that feeling, it usually isn't sadness. Not really. It's more of a strange neutrality. You just kind of pause, put the phone down, and instead of feeling lonely, you just feel that making a connection would take way more energy than you have to give.
If any of that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. And hey, if you want to explore more ideas like this with us, now is a perfect time to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. So to really get to the bottom of this, we're going to walk through 5 steps. We'll start with the story society tells us. Then we'll look at our own inner experience. After that, we'll hit a big turning point, explore the traits of a selective heart, and then finally, we'll land on a much, much better question. Okay, first up, the common story. This is the one that society tells us about friends and what it means to have them. I'm sure you've heard this a million times. The idea that if you don't have a huge circle of friends, well, there must be something wrong with you, right? You must not have the right social skills, or you're not warm enough, or you just aren't making enough of an effort. But that story just doesn't quite fit, does it? See, the problem isn't that you lack social skills, it's that you notice everything. It's not that you're not warm enough, it's that you can feel the tension in a room when nobody else can. And it's definitely not about a lack of effort, it's that you can tell, you can just sense when someone's in front of you, but their mind is a million miles away. So that brings us to part 2, the inner experience. This is all about the real cost of connection and the kind of questions that pop up when you start being more selective. This is where you start asking yourself some pretty serious questions, like why do some conversations just feel so heavy, so draining? And why does making small talk feel like so much more work than just sitting in a comfortable silence? While the truth is, being around other people asks for something from you. It asks for a certain energy that you've just stopped giving away for free. You've tried, right? You've gone to the party, you've laughed at the right times, you've listened, and you walked away feeling completely empty. Not rejected, just completely drained. And let's be real, a lot of modern friendships come with these unspoken rules, don't they? This pressure to reply to texts immediately, this expectation that you'll be emotionally available 24/7, this need to always be present. Nobody says it out loud, but you can feel it. So when you find yourself pulling back, it's so important to understand what's really going on. This isn't fear, it's foresight. You know what will drain you. It isn't avoidance, it's awareness. You're in tune with how you actually feel. And it's not disinterest. It's discernment. It's knowing the difference between a connection that fills you up and one that empties you out. And that leads us right to a huge turning point in understanding all this, the difference between just observing the world and actually absorbing it. Let's put a name on this. Let's call it emotional absorption. This is when you don't just see that someone else is happy or sad, you actually start to feel it yourself. You internalize it. For you, social interactions aren't just neutral things that happen. They're immersive. Think of it like this. Most people walk through the world and they kind of brush up against other people's emotions, and then they just keep going. But you don't just brush against them. You absorb them. And all of that emotional information has to go somewhere, right? It fills you up. So here's the big reveal. What looks like social distance from the outside, it's not distance at all. It's compression. You're not trying to create an empty world. You're just trying to shrink your world down to a size you can actually manage without getting totally overwhelmed. Okay, so if this is you, what does that mean? What are the traits of a selective heart? Well, it means you connect in a totally different way. It really comes down to 5 main things. First, you bond through resonance, a real connection, not just doing activities together. Second, you're okay with processing things internally. You don't need to talk everything out. Third, you can spot when a relationship is just transactional from a mile away. Fourth, you're looking for alignment in values, not just someone who lives nearby. And last, your sense of self-worth just doesn't come from social validation. And this really gets to the core of it. For you, the quality of a connection is everything. You would honestly rather be by yourself than stand in a crowd of people and feel completely invisible. The integrity of the connection matters more than the connection itself. And you know, this is exactly why being alone can feel so good sometimes. It's not that you're avoiding people, you're just avoiding that feeling of being completely misunderstood. Frankly, being alone just feels cleaner. And this all leads us to our final point, the real question. This is where we stop seeing this as a problem and start seeing it as a completely different kind of strength. Think about this for a second. Really think about it. If you woke up tomorrow with a huge group of friends, something fundamental about you would have to give. You'd either have to numb yourself and stop feeling things so deeply, or you'd have to stop listening to that quiet voice inside. And you've learned the hard way that abandoning yourself is a price that's just too high to pay. So let's call this what it really is. This isn't loneliness. This is restraint. This is when being alone isn't something that happens to you, but something you consciously choose to protect who you are. And when it's a choice, well, that's a powerful form of strength. And that leaves us with the final and most important question of all. The question isn't, why do I have so few friends? The real question, the one you should be asking yourself, is this: what part of myself would I have to lose in order to have more? And when you answer that honestly, you might just find you haven't lost anything at all. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. If this resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe for more. And I genuinely love to hear about your own experiences, so please share your thoughts in the comments below.